Again and welcome back. Today we're getting back on the Citroen DS. We got two things to do today. We're working on the hood, and also we're gonna do a repair on one of the fenders. Okay, so when I left to go to Houston, I left these things on the sawhorses, and when I came back this had fell on the ground. So I had a big dent right here, and a lot of this paint right here was all scratched up. Got the dent out, had to go to bare metal. I still gotta do one more touch up right there, but we gotta do this over again. So primer, paint, and then clear. The biggest thing is gonna be the paint here, matches with the rest, which should be fine. Scuff off the rest of the clear, and we can just go straight to with a new clear coat on it. From where it fell down, it chipped off the paint right here. Besides the fender, we're working on the hood. As you can see, there's a big piece of metal right here. This is actually made out of aluminum. Biggest thing to worry about when working with aluminum is that not all primers can go onto straight bare aluminum. Some will tell you there that you'll need to do a etch primer first, then you can spray it on there. So just keep that in mind. I do have a primer, the Roberlo primer. It does state there that it can go on bare aluminum. If it doesn't say it, always ask the manufacturer or check out the Teck data sheet. So I already went ahead and scuffed this whole panel up. There was some paint defects around here, so here and here. Just straightened it out. Dent right here. Used a hammer and dolly. So you see on this one we had to go further out. The dent's right there. It's good now. Just to feather it in, I had to go expand it out. Either way, this is good to go. It's been cleaned. The hood has been cleaned. We're gonna go ahead and start mixing a primer. We're just gonna hit this area right here, and after that, we'll throw some paint and then sand the clear coat and clear the whole panel again. The hood, we're just gonna prime it for now. So we're back at the mixing table here. I finished prepping the fender and I cleaned the hood already. The only thing it needs to do is hit it with a tack cloth right before I paint. So we're gonna start mixing our primer here and hit that bare metal spot and also the bare areas on the hood. For primer, we're using this one, the Roberlo. This one is rated to be used on aluminum, so I'll be using this. And same thing, the PPS 1.0 system, reverse, high-tech reducer. Okay, so let me start mixing this up. Back here in the workshop, we're gonna get back to work on a DS. So what we have to do now is the primer is set, everything looks good on it. We're gonna sand it down with 600, make it all nice and smooth, and it's be good to go for painting. And on the fender over there, we're just going to have to sand that piece with 600, as well as do the whole panel itself with 1,000, 800, 1,000. I haven't decided yet. For this one, we're just going to paint right here, paint there, and then everything else just going to get a coat of clear, and everything looks to be fine after that. Alright, so let's get to it. sanding our first panel right here. As you see, we got a few areas where we broke through the primer. Not a big deal since there are paints underneath there. No problem at all. Basically, so I started with 600. I wasn't getting anywhere. On this side, there's 600. On this one, I started with 400, and 400 was the way to go. 400 cleared it pretty quick. I still want to go over this side with 600, but besides that, everything came out pretty good on this panel. A little bit of a technical issue, but I got the hood ready and the fender. I made a mistake. I remembered I was going to paint the underbody of the hood first, then do the top. So I had to stop and get the other side prepped. Wasn't too bad. It's just half of it is covered with sound ender, and I'm going to replace it, but I still had to remove the adhesive from it. Anyways, so we're going to start doing our base coat coverage on both the underbody as well as the fender. We'll try to see how much I can do since I'm kind of low on reducer. I know I have to go buy some. I did have to restock on my PPS system. This is a different one I bought from Amazon. It's actually very impressive. 50-piece set. So usually I would buy this stuff from Harbor Freight, but they raised the price on it, and because of that, it's no longer the cheaper option. So I went in with this one from Amazon, and one thing I really like about it is they give you 2 extra collars. The lids are in the bag, which is okay. A wasp bottle, which is nice, and 2 adapters, which we won't use. Little sealers, won't use those either. But this is what I really like. They give you 2 cups, 2 of those plastic cups. On the refill kits from Harbor Freight, they don't give you this or the collars, so you end up reusing it. They also give us 3 stir sticks. Alright, so this works just like the same way as the one from Harbor Freight. You get a plastic cup, and you use one of the liners, put it in, put a collar, and you're done. So let me get the paint ready, and I'll see you here in a bit. So we have our paint mixed. This is the first time I'm using this set right here, the Key refinished one. And I would say it's, the material wise, it feels thicker than the one from Harbor Freight. The liner feels much thicker than the one from Harbor Freight, and everything seems to be well made. So we'll see how this is. It's 2-to-1 mix. We're gonna go with a lower PSI this time. We're gonna do about 26, and I'm gonna be using my Supernova. We'll do touch-ups on the fender and the entire inside of the hood. Okay. Everything looks good, it covered. I don't see any obvious lines where the repair was at. 3 light coats, and it got there. And I went ahead and touched up a few areas where I missed. So let this settle for right now, and then we'll go ahead and do the clear coat. That's why all this part right here is dry. And as for this one, it's okay. Like I said, this part gets all covered with a sound ender, so it's not really a big deal. Right here, it covered, everything looks good. The only issue I had was right towards the end, some water fell right over here. So we're gonna make sure that gets dried before we do our clear coat. Is spraying clear coat on the inside of the fender and on the inside of the hood. I used a cheaper clear for that from a previous work I did, and now for the outside fender I'll be using a more higher end one. So this is a DeBeer medium solid clear coat. I'll be using this to spray the outside of the fender. I'm going to do at least 2 coats and we'll see from there. Same thing, I'll be using the Supernova. I missed the spot that needed paint. I'm going to get a touch-up brush, some of that leftover paint, and I'm going to just dab it in there. Okay, so the work, the touch-up been nice. I'm going to probably dry it with the air from the gun, and then I'm going to spray my second coat. So we finished spraying our clear coat and it came out very good. Very good quality clear coats. Very happy with it. Still needs to be detailed, but that's okay. The dent was right there and it blended in nicely. I had to do a little touch-up work right down there. I missed it when I was spraying the dent blue. So I got the leftover cup, little touch-up brush, and just dabbed it in. But overall, yeah, a very good clear coat. The inside here didn't come out very well though. Biggest issue is I just don't know how to get my spray pattern inside, so that's all right. This thing came out fine. We'll have to be a little detailed just to make it look a little nicer, but it's okay. It's just the inside. And again, for clear coats, I was using this one right here. It's called DeBeer. I mean, how can you not like a clear coat with a picture of a bear going fishing? Yeah, so this is a medium solid instead of high. Very good. I know this is not a very affordable clear coat. It can be a little pricey. So, this is not one I always say recommend people to use. Chopped out the fender. This is the other side. I'm going to do a quick touch up on this one. I missed a spot when painting. Right there. And right here, this side. I tested it with the headlights. Once you put it in, you still can see it. So I want to throw some more paint on these areas on the inside. And we should be good to go on this one. Besides that, everything else is fine on this one. I may actually just scuff this part on top off. And I just want to put a clear coat on this part. Remember from the last video, I had a lot of problems with the guns, and I couldn't spray up top like so, with the binks. And so all that problem's been fixed. I would like to do maybe another coat of clear just on this top part, make it look better. And as for the hood over here, it is good to go. The bottom side is done. What we're gonna do is just clean up. Let's use a Scotch Brite with some wax and grease remover, clean this up, and we just get ready to throw our first coat of paint on it. Alright, so let me prep this one, and this one let me start cleaning. We're getting ready to mix up our paint, and we're going to do a touch up on the fender and paint the hood. Now the fender had a few areas. You can see I went to paint on this side. It has to be touched up. Like I said, I was going to do the inside of here. I also took a little bit right there off, so I need to do that one. So we got three areas on the fender where I want to touch up, and then of course the hood over here, which is good to go. Okay, so let me mix up this paint. I'm using that Teck dark blue pearl. I have a little bit left. This is the last of the first gallon I bought there, so I use that, and then I got another gallon over here. Already shook it up. We got our cover lid. I'll put it on this one, and we got some reducer, medium urethane, and I'll be using my Supernova. I'll be spraying it at around 24 psi for base coat, and then going at it for 2 bars around 29 psi for clear coat. When I get to that point, I'll show you again which clear I was using. Okay, so let me get this all mixed up, and I'll see you soon. We did our first paint. So we did a touch up there, that's good. Touch up right here, looks good too, everything's covered. And right here. So that's all good. This one's pretty much done. I'm gonna mix up one more for the hood, so I can do another coat. And I might throw, again, a little bit more right here. But that's it. This is done, it's ready for a clear coat. And then on this one, you can see all the paint nice and covered, everything looks good. I will do another coat. I ran out of paint midway, so I'm gonna mix some more and then throw one more coat on the hood, and we're ready to just let it dry so we can do clear coats. Everything looks pretty good so far. Coverage is great, everything's nice and blue. I just want to have one more coat on it just for insurance. But yeah, everything looks good. Clear coat next, and like I said, I'm using DeBeer this time, and it's a medium solid, not a high solid clear. So I need about 2 coats for this one. And yeah, that's it. We got our hardener, got our clear coat, got a gun. Let's get this all mixed up and let's spray it. So I forgot to hit the record button for me spraying the clear coat. Right, so we finished painting our fender, and I already brought it here into storage. Keep any more unfortunate accidents from happening. It came out very well. You can kind of see it has a nice gloss inside. And our hood came out fine. We had 3 bugs on it. I got 2 out, and then 1 when I came back that was in there after it dried. You can see it's the worst kind of bug too, the one that starts swimming. But yeah, so there you go. I'll detail that out later. But happy with how everything came out. So today we're gonna go back and start working on the roof. Right, welcome back, and right now we're down to the last big piece of area we're gonna be painting, and that's just the roof. So this is gonna be a little bit of odd color scheme, but we're gonna keep the red roof and we're gonna go metallic blue. So what we're gonna do on top is we're just gonna scuff it up with 1000 grit and then do clear coat over it, and we'll be done. We'll see how it comes out in the end. If it really doesn't look good, I do have enough blue paint. We'll just paint it blue or even black, which there's another color scheme that works, blue and black here, but we're gonna see how the red one comes out. So yeah, let's go scuff it up, and then we're gonna tape up everything around the side, all the trim, and we'll do the clear coats. Let me give you a close-up look at the red paint here. It's kind of an interesting combination how I did it. It's like they did red with some black speckle in there. You can kind of see. It's kind of hard to see actually, but all that texture is actually done on purpose. So it's interesting. After cleaning it, actually it looks pretty good. But yeah, we'll go ahead and I took the antenna off. We had a roof mounted antenna, which now that I took it off, you can see, well, I didn't paint that part. Well, the good thing is we still got the rubber gasket that will cover that up, so we'll be okay. So what we're just gonna go is first, we'll just have the compressor on. We got our 1000 grit. We're gonna go through it. Let's just give it a nice good scuffing up. Finished taping up all the way around. It is all those small things like that take up a lot of time. And I don't think I mentioned it, but the roof is actually made out of fiberglass on these cars. Anyways, so I went with wax and grease remover. I kept cleaning it until the cloth stopped coming out red. And now we're good to go. I'm gonna go mix up the clear coat and we'll spray it. Okay, so we got our clear coat all mixed up. I'm using again DeBeer. It was actually finished off my first can of it, so I have 1 quart or 1 liter left for touch-ups and any small things that need to be done. I put a 10% reducer, which is a bit more than I wanted to. I was going for 5, but too much spilled out of the new can. So we're going to shoot this out at 2 bars or 29 psi, and we're going to on the roof. The biggest thing on roofs is the height. It's kind of hard to get right in the center. That's going to be the biggest issue. The good thing with the Citroen is because it's suspension, it's very low to the ground, so I can reach in there. Usually though, you will sometimes have to have like a step stool, just so you can get on top of it and get better angle at spraying. Okay, so let me go set everything else up and we'll go start spraying it. It's the following day, and it came out fine. I kind of thought it'll pop a little bit more, the red, but it's fine. We officially have our French flag edition. I don't know why I didn't think of it until seeing it now, but we have blue, white, and red. And yeah, we have a very patriotic DS here. Either way, we'll see how this goes once it's finished and it's in the sunlight and everything's cleaned up. And if I need to, we can always just change the roof color. We can put blue or black, or we can paint it white. But for now, we'll leave the red. I think it's fine. So what's left on this is we got the front valance to do, but we'll leave that for later. We got the inside of the trunk. Just want to clean that up. It's a little bit rough. It's not in rusty terms, but just in, it could use a nice little touch up. Some paint, some upholstery, small things like that. So we'll clean that up, touch it up. And after that, really reassemble the doors, kind of make an inventory of what we're missing so we can order a big box. Besides that, we'll be starting our mechanical work here. We have to do something. I've been kind of just putting it off for a while, and that's the parking brakes. It's a bit of a pain to do. The parking brakes are right there, and even with all this off, I still can't reach it. It's something you usually do it on a lift, or you take the engine out and do it. You don't really touch it after that. Unfortunately, I got the job of fixing it, so that's going to be our main thing. We're running the parking brake and fixing it. After that, just reassemble it, and we should be good to go. Okay, well, thank you for joining me as we finish painting all of our big panels and officially reveal we have our very patriotic DS, the official flag, so the French flag version DS. All right, well, we'll see you next time.